Or are we live? Sweet, we're live. All right. Hey, everyone. Hello, hello. Good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. I'm Xiangan. I'm a DevRel engineer from Polygon. I'm here to tell you a little bit about general basic like dApp building and how do you deploy like really scalable and iterate your products really quickly on Polygon. So I think before we kind of dive into a little bit of development, I think we should kind of understand like what exactly is Polygon, right? So the general issue right now with you not being able to deploy on Ethereum and iterate your product on Ethereum really quickly is just generally due to high gas fees, right? High gas fees, high kind of per transaction confirmation time, and previously like immensely much lower like transaction throughput. If we go to like Etherscan, um, only just recently that there has been like a million, 1.1 million per day. But as you can see here, I guess for me back then, when I was like doing dApp development, I hung around like a solid like 300 to 500K per day. So it was pretty tough. Um, and I think I enjoy it a lot more being able to kind of test and develop on a environment that has essentially like 910 sorry 9 million 10 million like transaction max per day worth of throughput. And the way that happens is just through Polygon's kind of you know side chain based like consensus method. So what Polygon does is you submit blocks onto when you're developing on Polygon or Mumbai, and then those blocks get kind of bunched together by these like checkpoint nodes, and then all those bunched together blocks get essentially confirmed on mainnet. And so essentially every single block that happens on Polygon gets mainnet finality, and that's kind of where you get the super fast speed, security, and a good bit of decentralization from. And I think that everyone knows that the Ethereum kind of scaling space is really diverse. There's a lot of various different options to scale, and I think that it's a matter of these things arranging on a on a scale of like customizability and like difficulty to implement to like maybe a little bit more in the currently in research group or currently in research department. So what I'm talking about is Polygon offers a lot of different services for your scaling needs. You can either kind of try to deploy your own blockchain via the Tendermint based Polygon um, SDK, or you can try to use the proof of stake sidechain, which is what we're going to be showing off today. Or as another alternative, you can go try to use Polygon Hermes, which is a ZK rollup. And there's a ton more, I think, ZK rollup based products that are coming from some really, really great cryptographers slash engineers over by the Polygon Hermes Nightfall Maiden or Zero teams. So yeah, that's to be really kind of remain. You should probably definitely remain excited about that. And the reason why I kind of want to, I guess, also advocate for you to try to test out your Ethereum smart contracts, or, well, just essentially try to test out any dApp on Polygon is um, we have a huge community. We have a huge community with really kind of a low transaction costs. And yeah, if you wanted to play on mainnet, it doesn't hurt. If you want to fork mainnet off of, Brownie or something like that, that's totally fine as well. Um, and if you want to, I don't know, if you want to build like a DeFi app, there's a ton of liquidity in the market, and essentially, it's also because Polygon is Ethereum compatible, so you're essentially using the exact same tools that you are in Ethereum. Let me just skip to the slide there. Yeah, if you're using the exact same tools that you are building with on Ethereum on Polygon, and the ecosystem in terms of like what you can build off of is also really similar to to Ethereum. You can use Chainlink oracles, Moralis, and Superfluid also have integrations with Polygon. I'm pretty sure, and essentially, a lot of projects are trying to go. At least in my experience, a lot of projects are trying to go multi-chain right now, and I think a lot of projects are, um, trying to deploy on Polygon, which is good. Um, because that just means that we have a more and more vibrant ecosystem that people can essentially build off of. So, how do I get started? Right, is probably your question. I think it's as simple as, first of all, kind of bridging some funds into Polygon. And if you don't have funds, or if you're a poor college student like me, what you can do is you can get some test tokens to deploy on testnet. So, yes, Polygon does come with a test net, and I use it all the time for whatever the apps I build. And yeah, so right here you have you can put in your wallet address, get yourself some test tokens. If I just like paste this in, right, like I can get my test tokens, right? And if I come over to wallet.polygon.technology, I swap on over to Polygon. Oh, you'll probably want to know how to connect to Polygon from MetaMask in the first place. So there are these really, really useful docs here that essentially are like you can copy and paste from these docs. Um, Configure Polygon and wallets, MetaMask, because I have MetaMask. And yeah, this is super easy. If you scroll down here to connect manually, there's a lot of like really great copy and paste stuff here that you can just paste into the window that you get when you click on add network from MetaMask. So right here, network name, RPC URL, chain ID, etc. Super easy to connect. So once you've done that, you can head on over to the wallet, sign in, and um, you don't need to create like an account or anything. It's just going to be based off your MetaMask. And you're going to click on Polygon Bridge, on-ramp transfers, and you can use any of these services to transfer funds into Polygon. Alternatively, if you have mainnet ETH and you want to transfer some ETH to Polygon, feel free to put in however much you want, and and hit transfer. It will cost you some gas fees, and also it's gonna be a little bit slow. It's gonna take like around a day, but once you've transferred, like let's say like, so I currently have around like $200 worth of Matic, or $200, $300 maybe. I bought this when it was like like 50 cents, so I put in like $100, and I bought myself some Matic, and I've used this Matic for so many videos. I've been testing some dApps on mainnet. I've been also, like, I guess, demoing various things in videos. So this has been tremendously useful so far. It doesn't run out because if you go on Polygon scan gas tracker, the gas fees are super low. It's like 32 to 60 Gwei. Oh, never mind. I guess it just spiked up really intensely. But as you can see here, the fees used in the last 5 minutes by the top contract is around like, let's say like 12 to 13, like 13 Matic, right? Like where and just for context and just for comparison, if you're on Ethereum, this one number would be around like, yeah, let's say like a solid like 2 million, right? Or 134,000, as you can see here. So even dividing that by 3, you're using like like $5,000, for some of the cheaper ones per hour, and that's kind of that's like a lot of times more than what you have on Polygon, right? So right, okay, so I just showed you how to onboard some funds on a Polygon, uh, essentially why you should use Polygon, and now I'm going to show you how to deploy kind of any dApp on Polygon. Also, sorry, if you're new to Solidity, I I get people asking me about like, hey, like I'm new to Solidity. What resources can I go to learn? Um, so here you go. So you've got Solidity by example, right? Solidity by example is essentially you can see how Solidity works via these examples. Um, so uh, really helpful for getting used to Solidity. If so, one of the first things I also did was this thing called Crypto Zombies. It's super easy to do because they have instructions on like the sides, right? And they essentially help you get used to Solidity and help you understand Solidity programming. Um, and I guess I'll try to post it in the chat. No, that's a private chat. All right, whatever. I guess now you know. I've showed these off. I think that'll be fine. All right. And if you want to check out more stuff with regards to Polygon content, there's a lot of great things on the Polygon technology site itself. And if you want to actually just join this Discord, um, discord.gg/Polygon, it's essentially like a very like vibrant community chock full of like experienced and friendly developers who are willing to help you develop or build your app. So yeah, definitely try to join that, and right, we'll get to that building. Let me just share my screen again. All right. So also, here's another piece of resource to show you what is called Polygon Academy. I co-authored this page with the head of education here, Siraj, and I actively maintain this repo and have created most of the starter kits here. So they're pretty, I don't think they've run into a lot of issues just yet. Some of them with just like some readme mistakes that I've happened to fix since then. But yeah, I think these work really fine, and they're really great kind of starter kits that are um, essentially uh, hot and ready for you to fork and then maybe iterate on in a hackathon, build off of, and then yeah, and then just make your product that way. And if you're curious as to how these things work, I'm going to be demoing one of these today to kind of just demo how do you deploy any dApp on Polygon, right? As you can see, I'm a proud contributor of Scaffold ETH, and as such, I've imported this one that I've built and some of the work of my other colleagues, except made it work on Polygon um, to this repo as really good educational resources. So, so right here, there's a speedrun video if you get stuck, but um, oh, I don't know why the readme is like that. That's interesting. Huh. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to just do like a little bit of spaces there. But anyways, um, I'll fix that later. Anyways, right. So all you got to do is just copy and paste this into your terminal. Do git clone. Right. I already git cloned this. So it's to save time essentially. And then you just run yarn install. Yarn install installs all your various dependencies that you're using for this project, and then you could just do yarn chain. Doing yarn chain boots up a local blockchain. I think this thing comes inherently on localhost, maybe. I'm not too sure, but if it does, let me show you how to deploy it on Polygon. So yarn chain just essentially lets you test your dApp and your contracts on localhost. Essentially your local blockchain environment setup kind of thing. Um, and then you can do yarn start to boot up your front end. initially it's not gonna have anything, but that's totally fine. Um, and then you're gonna do yarn deploy, right? Yarn deploy would deploy essentially this little basic smart contract we have here. This is just a simple NFT contract, and that would deploy using this little deploy script right here. Um, and this is essentially I think there's a lot of content out there on how to deploy smart contracts, but we've essentially just gotten the boilerplate code out of the way for you. Um, you know, uh, if you want to verify the contracts uh, on Etherscan, there's various things that you can do, such as I think like uh, I think it was like Yarn. I forget. Oh man. No, but there definitely is something that you can do to make sure that you can like minimize or at least like um, kind of put your smart contracts into like verifiable state. Um, yeah, I just happen to forget. I did verify my smart contracts on the video though, so if you want to go do that, you could check that out. I just happen to forget exactly what I did. Um, right. So what else to show off here? Right. So then after we run this deploy, we just run mint.js. Oh, sorry, via yarn mint. So what this does is it uses the IPFS API to mint your NFTs onto Polygon. Sorry, onto IPFS first, or sorry, upload them onto IPFS first. As you can see, these are kind of like JSON-y kind of little layouts, right? Um, and then what you can do is this uses ethers.js to get the existing contract that you've deployed onto either mainnet or testnet, and then it mints your item using using a specific to address and an uploaded path. And yeah, and this is just kind of to show you any simple basic dApp that you can deploy in Polygon. So I'll get to the really juicy part now. For any dApp that you want to deploy on Polygon, you just essentially want to make sure that, well, you're deploying it to Polygon, right? There should be essentially a setting, and a place where you can specify which network that you want to deploy it on. If you're using Hardhat, that should be in hardhat.config .js. If you're using Truffle, this should I think be in migrations.js. But you want to come down over to module.exports here. Make sure that you have Polygon or Mumbai right here, as available networks to connect to, and then set your default network to Mumbai. And what it will do is with all the other oh yeah, and this is all just also some uh some other like boilerplate code, I guess. But oh, sorry about that. Bright early in the morning here. And right, so what that does is essentially it adds Polygon or Mumbai as a available network for you to connect to. And yeah, that's how at least with this, this is how you can connect to Polygon, or deploy dApps to Polygon with our current setup here. So just to show you that it works, we can just run yarn deploy. There we go. And while I'm showing you that, a resource that I would strongly recommend for you to get started is Brownie. So Brownie is kind of like a Python-based smart contract development system slash testing system that allows you to either boot up your own fork of Polygon mainnet or test your smart contracts, and it's generally useful for setting up templates of developing smart contracts. So yeah, similar to Brew, NPX, or apt. Super, super useful. So you can check out that resource there. All right, so this is done deploying, and I'm going to do yarn mint. This will mint me some new NFTs, and we can just go on here and check out some NFTs. So the front end works. I've run this workshop multiple times. This mints 6. I think, yeah. So this mints 6 per time, 6 every time I do this. workshop. So I guess you can tell by the fact that I've done 144 divided by 6 workshops um, with this setup, and it's worked every time. So not a problem. And this works on Mumbai. If you want to go take on onto testnet, oh sorry, take it onto mainnet, you could totally do that. But yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna leave some questions or time for questions Q&A. And yeah. Oh shoot, there's a lot of comments here. Um, so many comments. Let me see. Let me try to read through them. Uh, by the way, okay, so let me just try to respond to a few of the comments here. I'm just reading. Sorry guys, I'm just reading through chat. Uh, I mean, okay, like first of all, for whoever said that this is not a live stream, this is obviously a live stream. I got like called on some, last kind of to just do this workshop, and like it's a live stream. You can very well be sure that this is live. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying hi to you guys. I'm kind of, I guess, a little bit not used to this, so um, it's a little bit hard for me to like. I guess it was a little bit hard for me to find the comments in the first place, but yeah, this is definitely live. Some of the content here might be already on YouTube in some various other places. I know I did a similar presentation to this with this place that I used to work at called East Global. Um, so I mean, yeah. But if you want me to show you, like, I mean, as far as I know, this is supposed to be a like basic NFT workshop or basic Polygon development workshop. So I just decided to use some of the most basic examples. If you want to show something, or if you want me to show you something like, I guess, a little bit more complex, I wouldn't mind. Um, got it. And this is not a scam. Not sure where you guys are. I'm not. I guess I'm not too familiar with like the uh the general like drama or something like that. But you can be sure that I essentially co-authored everything. I did for at least for Polygon Academy and for everything that you'll be forking off of. I did the development for a lot of these. I made sure that these worked. They were built off of obviously something else, as I stated, but I made sure that these all work, and that these will work for you. So like let me and I actively resolve issues for a lot of these things that might not work. And sometimes I'm not saying that these are perfect. So yeah, let me know if there are issues. I'd be happy to essentially like iterate on these. And yeah, you can also essentially reach out to me on Twitter. Ah man, if I can like post my Twitter here, that'd be really great. But anyways, I guess if I can't, I guess I'll just show you my Twitter. I don't tweet a lot, but oh whatever. I guess I'll just go on over here. Oh, that's not me. Hold on. Here I am. I have a I have a Smurf account. Anyways, um, so right here, um, this is my Twitter. I don't tweet way too often, but I think I might start tweeting very soon. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I think I might start tweeting more very soon. Um, and you can follow my kind of. I invite you all to essentially follow me in my development as kind of like a person, more personally. Check out my website here, and yeah. I know I haven't, I guess, updated my profile description in very long, but um, it would be great to have you follow me wherever I go. Not just in Polygon. And I think that would be honestly the best way for me to help you out beyond this as well. Like my DMs on Twitter are always open if you want to shoot me a message. I'm happy to help you deploy dApps. I have um, in the past I've like tutored people on like dApp development and making sure that they can deploy on either Ethereum mainnet or Polygon. And uh, I guess for the record, I do some auditing in my free time for smart contracts. So yeah, just let me know however I can help you. Essentially, I'd be really happy to help you. Um, okay, sweet. Um, Also, sorry about the lateness, guys. I got the link to join not too long ago, so we started as soon as possible. Yeah. Uh, huh. Yeah. No, guys, ask me any questions. Ask me any questions. This is the whole point. Like the point of this being live is literally ask me any questions. So yeah. Okay. Sorry, I gotta check out some of the later comments. Yeah, they changed the person, but whatever. I mean, Siraj was gonna be here originally, but I'll just take over. Uh, can someone give the link to the GitHub repo? It, uh, you can also just get it via Googling. It's very much used, I think. Explain nicely. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Um, I just I made this a 20-minute presentation. Wanted to reserve like 10 minutes for Q&A. So you know, how do you shift from Poly into Polygon? So this is exactly what I just showed you. Um, I just showed you essentially like how you can take any maybe pre-deployed or not yet deployed dApp on Ethereum, and then you can just change the network. And then if you deploy it on Polygon, it should still work. Polygon obviously works in Solidity, so if your contract has no problem compiling, then it's just a matter of switching your RPC and deploying there. Alternatively, if you're new to hard hat or just general um, in Visual Studio Code blockchain development, you could totally use something that's online, such as Remix. So Remix is an online IDE for you to deploy your smart contracts. Super like clean UI and really great for testing. So, uh, how do you start development if you only know C? That's a good question. I think that the hardest thing that you might have to learn is like Solidity. JavaScript shouldn't be a problem for you to learn if you know C, right? I don't know. I guess I have a slightly different experience, different approach to learning how to start coding, or how to develop. I My first ever coding language was Solidity, and I came into the blockchain space around like 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago at this point. So yeah, like this is I guess I can't really help you there. I'm sorry, but Solidity is like super essential, super useful as well. You're a novice and you work with Truffle Web3 and Next. Yeah, that's totally fine. There's a lot of tools you can work with. I'm just showing off a few that I use personally. You're welcome to use anything, as long as it works for you, obviously. Um, you don't know anything about Web3. Where should you start? Yeah, check out these workshops, man. Like if what I'm saying just does not make sense to you, um, I recommend like first steps is just like download MetaMask, try to onboard some funds on the Polygon or whatever chain you want to, um, and yeah, like kind of start there. I remember actually when I first got into the blockchain space, like 3 years ago, it was super esoteric to me. Like, this was the time when, like, CryptoKitties just came out. DeFi hasn't really existed yet, besides for, like, Uniswap, and Uniswap was, like, in its beginning stages then. Um, yeah, so it was like there was effectively no dApps. to kind of talk to. Um, so I think the greatest thing that you can do is maybe, watch some more of these videos, build some more, and like play more of the blockchain. Like, it, like I know that this is kind of esoteric, but it's not. It doesn't seem really like immediately applicable, but like as the blockchain expands in use and scalability, you're going to see this more and more in your daily life. Just like I've seen this more and more in my daily life for the past years. So yeah, just go download MetaMask, man. Like get started, start playing, and if you have spare time, watch some YouTube videos. Some of the beginner YouTube videos are like people showing off certain protocols, on multiple chains, and yeah, I think that's a great place to start. Consensus mechanism of Polygon, proof of stake plus plasma. How can I start development on Polygon if I don't? Oh, right, I already answered that. Can I please share LinkedIn? You can search me up on LinkedIn. It's the same. It's the same thing. I don't know how to paste links into the chat, but as you can see here, I don't know. I do quite a lot of things, but I don't really update my LinkedIn so much. Just check out my website, xianganhe.com. Uh, Follow me on Twitter, please, if you want to. I guess kind of get started with me, or get started chatting with me or something like that. Okay, so you've watched YouTube videos. What should be my next step? Go build a dApp. Like, yeah, go build a dApp. I like most of the stuff here, like, are things I've made sure to essentially look over, and I think these are pretty okay resources. But I strongly recommend that you just get your hands dirty. Like, go to this GitHub repo, start forking things, and see, okay, Sorry, I don't mean to like make this a rant of sorts, but I genuinely think that boot camps are not as like you know effective for you as like going to build. Right? I think boot camps like this and like kind of getting started is like fantastic. Right? But if you want to, I guess, like more experience after watching like YouTube videos, like get started. Building. Like I think it's if you wanna like get more technical and kind of like get to the next step, sure, go start building. Or if you're just in it for DeFi, or if you want to like go and earn some passive income, plop some money onto the blockchain, man. Like go drop some money into some strategies or whatever. They're pretty. I guess you could do Yearn, Compound, Aave. I don't know. They're all pretty secure, so yeah, All right, Danish, I've answered your question. So, uh, yeah, I that's what I figured. There's nothing to do with JavaScript, but I just suppose the reason why I say JavaScript is just because I think C is a much more complex language. Just personal opinion. I guess just because I don't know C. So what excites me the most about Polygon? Good question. I think the community excites me a lot. As long as there's a community, there's traction. I think that's pretty great. That's pretty great. Also, some of Polygon's ZK rollup product offerings also excite me a lot. So essentially, yeah. To Sukirat's question about like deploying on Polygon, yeah, basically. Well, I think I'm oversimplifying this a little bit. If you're integrating with some other dApps like Chainlink, there are certain things that you have to make sure that are specifically on Polygon before you can deploy, because some of the Oracle addresses are different, but that's essentially the crux of it. Yeah. Can I build some Web3 applications? Of course you can. There's always my friend used to tell me that like coding is just anything is possible. It's just limited by your imagination. So yeah, of course you can go build some NFT marketplaces. Actually, speaking of NFT marketplaces, there is an NFT marketplace example that you can fork off of here. So if you want to go build that, go build that. It uses Chainlink though, and I think there's been some issues with Chainlink recently. So You've seen me with that Scaffold ETH guy in the video? Yeah, that Scaffold ETH guy is my mentor. His name's Austin. I work with him in the build guild together. I contribute like scaffolds and like I guess scaffolded dApps like these um whenever I can. I think so recently I guess I've been doing it less a little bit because I have school, but it's not yeah, I don't know. He's a really really cool guy. He's the creator of Scaffold ETH, works with the Ethereum Foundation to bring a lot of Web2 devs into Web3. He's super cool. Yeah, the best guy, genuinely. So, yeah, shout out to you, Austin. Thanks for being genuinely such a great role model and, uh, helping me get into the space a lot, all that jazz. Wouldn't be here without you. How old am I? I'm 18. Uh, yeah, so I guess I can be here. I'm not underage, guys. Bro, what was the password? I don't know, man. Like, what? I don't know what password you're talking about. Sorry. Uh, do you have to use Solidity, or do you have to learn Solidity? Yes, you do have to learn Solidity. Where to ask? Just DM me on Twitter. DM me on Twitter or join the Discord channel that I was linking to earlier. Uh, discord.gg/Polygon. How would you start to learn Solidity? I just shared a lot of resources on screen. You can rewind back into the video after this is done, or just check out something like tutorials on YouTube, crypto zombies, etc. You do once again, you do have to learn Solidity. All right, I think that's all the questions. And that's essentially all I have for you today. Unless you want me to show you something more, a little bit more like complex or something like that. Yeah, that's all I had, and it's all you need essentially. Today you learned essentially like what Polygon is. How do you start like interacting with Polygon dApps? How do you start developing on Polygon? Bridges, tools, etc. that you can use for developing, building, interacting with Polygon dApps, onboarding onto Polygon, a lot of stuff. I know this was a lot of like information that I just chucked at you for like 20 minutes, but I hope this was well, some of you were saying this well explained. I hope this was the case for all of you. Um, and yeah, I hope you all have a great time. How did I get into Polygon at the age of 18? Um, I and I think this goes out to everyone out there who's around my age. You see these super talented 18-year-old developers like Anish, Transmissions, both of whom I've worked with in some capacity in some time, or at least met. And like I think they're all really inspired and really kind of like self motivated people who are who genuinely care about getting really really good at what they do. So I think that's just it, man. Like whatever you're doing, if you're getting into Polygon at the age of like 50 even, right? Just make sure that you start going. It's never too late. It's never too late. Like always, I guess always just focus on, being, I guess like try to get good at what you're doing, what you like doing, and yeah. Um some YouTube channel to learn Solidity. Check out Austin's channel, Austin Griffith, on YouTube, or just search AustinGriffith.eth on Twitter, and you'll see him. He does a lot of good stuff on Solidity. Uh, and you know what? Here is the link for Discord. Oh God. Okay, I wasn't sharing my screen. I wasn't about to dox myself there. There you go. Yeah, but I think I guess regarding the fact that I'm 18, I'm at a time when I could really use some, I guess, like I don't know, um, just the more people follow along with my development and I guess journey, the better. I might start tweeting a lot more as well soon. So yeah, I don't know. Just I guess just let me know what kind of content y'all want to see. Like yeah. And who knows, maybe when I start building my own project, which is going to be soon, um, you can support me on that journey too. Just, I don't know, be my beta testers or something. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna call one last time for last questions, and yeah, appreciate you all for joining. Thanks for being here. All right, no more questions. Then back to you, whoever was here hosting this workshop with me, or am I just done? Hello. Okay, I see people in the chat saying bye. All right, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Um, bye.